baby elephants walking around. Baby elephants. There were chocolate fountains.
As a backing band, they were amazing.
It came about as a song that Greg had written.
There it is. There's that blend.
It's a great blend. I'll be perfectly honest, I was listening to a lot of Michael McDonald at the time.
Oh yeah.
And Pat's gone.
Well, yes, of course, I often get asked about "Don't Count Me Out." What are the lyrics about? Where did the melody come from? And
Don't Count Me Out is a unique song in that it has this kind of coasting quality.
that's not what I'm interested in speaking about. I want to talk about the drum part. Very carefully constructed, and I'm going to break it down for you.
If you think about it from the ground up, you start with the drums.
Not to toot my own horn, but a very signature sort of groove. This is also available in my instructional DVD, just entitled Concepts, which you can find on the internet. It basically, it's something that not a lot of people were doing. What you're going to do is take the hi-hat and play eighth notes. Very consistently, very steadily. And on the kick drum we're going to play beats 1 and 3 out of 4 possible beats. We'll be playing just the first and the third. You understand? So it's just sort of... And the snare drum will be playing what was called in those days the backbeat. Very popular term. 2 and 4 on the snare drum. So let's put that all together and try to keep up.
I still want you. Don't let me down.
So just take a second and listen to this background vocal section here.
Don't count me out.
Oh, look at that.
Jeff Lynne, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Well, I got a call around that time, as I often did, from legendary producer Jeff Lynne, and I answered. I said, Jeff, what is it? I'm a little busy. And he said, well, hi there, mate. How you doing? What's going on? I'm wondering, man, if you would record a track and produce it just like one of my records, that'd be great. I love when bands do that. And then maybe, I'll agree to produce your next album, your full album, for you. I said, well, Jeff, wouldn't that be fantastic? And so, of course, we did. Sounds very much like a Jeff Lynne track, if I do say so myself. And Jeff, of course, went on to produce the next Brooklyn Sugar Company record because Jeff is a man of his word.
She was great, but I showed her the door.
Well, I remember, we were sort of stuck on what the first track would be. How do you open a record? There's a lot of ways to open a great rock and roll album.
So basically what we needed was the barn burner, the fire starter. So Zach and Greg basically wrote this song very quickly.
So we were sitting down to write and I had nothing. I felt really bad. I was lying through my teeth to Zach, my dearest friend. Started to play an A chord, just the first chord I thought of. I knew 7 or 8 chords at the time. I played the A and started to just riff.
We had some wild times writing that one, didn't we, Greg?
Man, that whole minute and a half was such a blur.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
It was as though we were just a conduit, we were sort of just an earthly vessel for this.
That's exactly right.
I don't want to call it a masterpiece, but I might if I were persuaded.
I think you should. I think you should just go right ahead.
I think it's a masterpiece.
course, there's the story of what happened to Patrick Firth. Certainly after that Grammy ceremony that was seen by millions of people around the world.
I remember waiting with anticipation, eagerly there in the front row, and we were all sitting there and getting ready, and they said, well, here it is, Album of the Year.
As we sit there, they're announcing the nominees, and I look down the aisle and I see Zach and Brian, and of course Pat, he's sitting there with us. And of course I hear Brooklyn Sugar Company, self-titled, wins the award, and I freaked out. It was the most incredible thing I'd ever experienced. I'd always wanted to win a Grammy, and of course now I have many. But I wanted to win my first. That's the thing. You get that first, and the rest are easy.
I look to my right, and of course there's Greg and Brian, but where's Pat? I'm not sure. And ever since then, that fated evening, that empty seat, I haven't seen him. I don't know what happened to him, but it's something I think about often, and I miss him nearly every day. Nearly every day. We were getting ready to sing the backup vocals on that when we were down, we were on the Jersey Shore, as we often did in those days, metal detecting.
What are you guys? What are you guys called? And they're like, we're called the Gospel Goblins.
We pushed the envelope.
And if you were here, they would kick your ass and go here. They were the first band to play On the Moon. And then, of course, there was Wayne's World, the musical.